Greetings, YouTube. Long time no see. I gotta say, you guys just keep getting better looking. Aged like fine wine. Today, I'm going to be showing off a new piece of software that I've built. It's called Taggins. It is for descriptively tagging the files on your computer. It's very, very useful. Right over here is the GitHub, and I will put a link in the description. It's Broman Bro Taggins. So I'm just going to start by cloning the repo. There we go. Now, this is a typical tarball type setup. It uses auto tools. So it should build for any Linuxy type environment. So all you have to do is you go inside of here, you run configure, then you run make, and then you can run sudo make install. Now at this point, if the install went correctly, you can do man taggins, and you have a manual entry that shows you all of the options available. It's a very flexible tool, and I'm going to show you, some useful things that you can do with it in your day-to-day life. We're going to take a situation that we're all familiar with. We have a bunch of photographs, and they're named in a way that is not very helpful. You could rename them to try to capture as much information as possible. You could put them in complicated directory structures, but you're still not going to have the granularity and flexibility that you would have with the ability to tag these files. Now, let's see what happens if we examine a file, right? Let's look at, I'm going to run the read command for taggins on a single file in this directory. So all I have to do is taggins-f and pass it the file name, and it's going to read for me any tags and put them out next to the file. We can see there aren't any. So the default mode is reading, and this we pass the -f option to target one file on the command line. So let's mark this file up so that it means something. I'm going to go taggins-a for add. Again, I'm going to pass the file option because I just want to target the one file. And now I just start adding my tags. So I know that this is St. Louis. I know that this is the Botanical Gardens. Maybe I'll put in there that it's a fountain. There we go. And so now we have the file name with the tags, and if we were to run the read on it a second time, you'll see that that's what we get out. Very useful. Let's look at, removing a tag. So I could do RF. There we go. So let's just do RF, and we'll say that I didn't want the fountain tag anymore. I could just say fountain, and that's going to perform the remove while leaving the other tags in place. Now, it's very intelligent about how it manages this list of tags. It's not going to allow for any duplicates or anything like that. If you remove all of the tags, then it will go on and get rid of the extended attribute that's on the file in the file system. So, for example, if I go on and say, and the order doesn't matter either, I can say Botanical Gardens and St. Louis. And at this point, like, all of the tags would be gone, and it gets rid of the extended attribute. It doesn't hurt anything adding and removing that thing. You can do it all day long. It's not going to make any difference. All right, let's go on and put them back again, though. So now we've gone through the different operations. Now everything that I just did on a single file It will work over a stream of files if you pipe them in. This command is made to play with other command line tools. So watch this. I can do a find right here, and we want to look at files. And we're going to now pipe this through Taggins. And look what we get. We wind up, we have the file name along with all of the tags. So this is very, very powerful, because now we can use a tool like fuzzy find. If you're not familiar with it, we're about to look at that. It's brilliant. I'm just going to take this stuff and I'm going to pass it on into FZF, and we're going to pass the multi-flag. So now, if I'm searching for a grouping of files, if I want to see all of the things that are in a city, I can fuzzy filter down to that. I can just go to San Francisco pictures. There we go. And then I just choose inside of here the ones that I'm interested in. And when I hit enter, that's what goes back to the command line. Now, clearly, if we're using this to feed other command line tools, we don't want to leave the tags in place once they're returned. And this is why the tags are formatted the way they are. If I say tags colon and I wrap everything in curly braces, then it's really easy to filter them out later using sed. So we can just go down here and we're going to build a very simple regular expression. Let's see, it's going to be substitute. It's going to say tags, right? Colon, and we're going to need to escape that curly brace. And then we want to say anything, any number of times, and then we want to, of course, escape our curly brace once again. Yep. Right there. Okay. And now we want to replace it with nothing. There's the full command. So if we did this, now we can do our fuzzy find. We could take, let's see, I only want to see pictures of animals, right? There they are. So I can choose these two files and hit enter, and now they go back to the command line minus the tags. So now you begin to see the power of this. Let's take this and let's build a slideshow on the fly. Let's do FEH, and we're going to give it a delay of 4 seconds, and then we'll wrap all of this stuff in backticks. Boom. Just like that. Now let's say that I want to see just the pictures of San Francisco. There they are. So now I can go through here. I can grab these guys, press turn, and it begins showing me a slideshow of San Francisco. And there's other parameters I could have passed into FEH to make this look much nicer. But it's just to make a point. Now think about all the things that you could do with this. You can descriptively find files for building a playlist in your audio player. Like if you're using Mach-P, it's very easy to feed the output of this into Mach-P. You can play all of the songs that you want to listen to on a rainy day. You can play all the songs that you listen to that are synth pop from 2012. There are a lot of possibilities with this. And again, this is made to play with other command line tools. Now, obviously, you wouldn't want to type all of this out every time. I would encourage you to take something like this. You could alias this command in your bash RC file and call it build slideshow. And then go over wherever your pictures are and type build slideshow, and then it drops you into FZF with all of those wonderful descriptive tags, and you can put together something on the fly. I hope that you find this useful. There is a donate option inside of the GitHub page if you feel like tossing me $5. I love you anyway, but I also am going to love you and love having $5 too. So I appreciate your support, and I hope that you have a really good time with this, and I hope that it makes your life easier. Have a good weekend.